Boom, there we are. Happy Monday. You might be inside locked up. I'm at work. I've been praying for a lot of people, jobs, provision, just keeping your head above water. I've had God provide for me supernaturally. Some 20 years ago, I was a wayward hippie who got saved at a pop festival. And I had saved up some money to learn how to do street preaching in California. $1,000. Back then, 20 years ago, that was like $1 million to me. And I got attacked by a spirit. And what happened is that I had to go to the ER because I thought I was having a heart attack. And I knew I was going to be there 4 hours and I was going to have to spend $1,000, and that the money that I'd saved up to go to California to learn street preaching was going to get burned up and I wouldn't be able to go. I get out of the ER because it was a fake heart attack, because it really was a spirit just mimicking a heart attack. And I got the bill for $1,000. It was 4 hours, $1,000. And I'm like, God, I'm going to California. I'm going to learn this street preaching stuff. And I'm going to expect you to pay my bills. Now, it wasn't so much an act of defiance, like I'm not going to take care of my financial obligations, but I knew I was supposed to go to California. I knew I was supposed to learn from these people, street evangelism called the Dream Center. So I went out there, had a great time. I learned. Basically, it's just go to the streets and be loving towards people, learn the gospel, and share it with them. But I had some practical experience there that carried over for decades. So I get back and I'm like, okay, I've spent my money, my $1,000, and now it's time to pay the piper, because the bill came from Ball Memorial Hospital, and it was I think it said all paid except $50, and I'm thinking, cool, yay, God provided. And then I'm thinking, no, he didn't, because I don't have insurance and I don't want to rip off a hospital, because that would just be shady of me. And so I'm like, I got to call him up and I got to tell him that they made an error. So I called up the insurance department and said, hey, this is Ron Copperman. I was in the ER and I accrued a bill of $1,000, and I got this new bill saying I only owe $50. Or actually, I thought it was paid in full. Sorry. So they go, well, what's your problem? I go, listen, it's not right. You need to go check on this. So they go, okay, fine. They put me on hold, and 5 minutes or so go by, and they go, sir, you're right. You owe us some money. I'm like, all right, here comes $1,000. And they go, you owe us $50. I'm like, wait a second. I know I did. How is this possible? I know I owe you money. They go, you from a previous job had insurance and they covered it. And now this previous job was at H.H. Gregg. It's a now defunct electronics store. And during my employment there, they offered me insurance. And I remember tearing up the insurance one day and go, I don't need that because it's too much money out of my paycheck. And I remember tearing up the stuff, but the Ball Memorial said I had that insurance activated. That insurance legally covered my bills, all except $50. At that point, I go, okay, if you're sure, I'll be there in half a heartbeat to pay off that $50. The reason I'm telling you this in this time of economic turmoil, there are going to be times when you call on God and he is going to show up. He provides manna in the desert, food for those that are traveling in dry places, in the wilderness. Peter and Jesus got the tax money from the mouth of a fish because God provides. There's other examples where Jesus breaks the fishes and loaves. There are times when God will provide, and I don't want to give false hope, but then again, I don't want to say there isn't a supernatural hope as well. So you call on the name of Jesus, you ask him for help. I have a job now, so I can pay my bills and I can save money. And I'm glad for that. I thank God for that. But in the past, I've been in places where I've had to depend on God, and He's shown up. If you're in a position where it's really stressful, ask God for help. It's not manipulation, and it's not a fantasy. He's real, and He shows up, and He helps. So that's what I have to share with you, today, just a little bit of faith that God is a provider, and that the best provision for me has been His peace and His love and His joy, that while I am in these stressful situations, He comforts me. Like when I told you when I went to the ER when I had for 4 hours because I thought I was having a heart attack, it was a spirit mimicking a heart attack, and I'm thinking, I'm going to die. And I'm thinking, all right, cool. I didn't want to call my mom and tell my mom, like, I might be dying. I'm like, I'd have just freaked her out too much because I wasn't sure I was going to die, but it was like, even if I do, fine, I'm out of here. In hard times, in desperate times, He comforts. He gives us peace that passes all understanding. It is by His Spirit. It is in relationship with Him that we receive this. It is a free gift. It is never ending. And when we get when we get weak, mentally, physically, emotionally, He gets strong so that we can rely on Him. He's not a crutch that we rely on. He is a foundation that we can build our lives on. So you talk to God for yourself and ask Him to be your foundation, and you'll see He's true and He'll help you out. So till then, hang in there, keep it up, just keep on keeping on, and we'll catch you next time. See you, bye. Oh, by the way, like Jesus, subscribe to Him. Peace.